What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good night. Let me know, as always, if you can hear me slash see me, if the music is playing in the background. That way, if you guys let me know, then I'll be able to fix it before we really get going. This time, I have a pop-out chat so that I can get to it a little bit faster. That'll be nice. Hey, Zumi, how are you? Hope you got your coffee and your cereal in time. Or this is actually really not important, so get out at your own pace anytime you want. Hey, Mark, MK6, everybody. First time in a live, welcome. It's not that exciting, but hey, maybe we'll all enjoy it. I figured I'm going to be working on the stealth burner for this little machine. Figured I might as well just do a little live, talk to everybody, and just kind of hang out while I do it. I have a couple hours. I figured that's why people do these things, right? We get to hang out and ask questions and talk to each other. But yeah, basically, the whole point of this thing is I've really been just enjoying the Kingroon KP3S. I think this is my most used machine at the moment outside of the Aquila because I've been making the videos for it and kind of tweaking things here and there. But I've really enjoyed printing on this machine. The linear rails, the speed, the ease of putting any firmware on there that you want. I have it running on Clipper at the moment. I've never used Clipper before, so it's my first time kind of diving deep. And I discovered an actual problem with the machine. There's a hardware issue with the hot end itself. And I started digging around online like anyone else does when they have a problem. And I found that I'm not the only one. Basically, this has a V6 clone style hot end in it. Essentially one of, one of these. There's one of these in there. It's a little bit shorter than this. So direct swap doesn't quite work because the duct needs to change. But what's happening is inside of here there is a, let's see if this one comes apart. I know some of mine are too screwed in. Yeah, basically the heat break on these goes all the way to the top. But in the Kingroon, there is a gap somewhat close to the top where the heat break does not touch the other side of this heat sink. So what happens is after a long print, when there's a lot of retractions or you're done printing and you just pull the filament out, or you're doing a filament change, whatever it might be, whenever you do that, some molten filament gets stuck in that gap and essentially creates clogs. And since they're so high, once that clog cools, it's really difficult to remove. And I have taken this thing apart so many times now, it's infuriating. And I love the machine in every other way except for that. So as you can see, I undid all the wiring looms. I don't really like those, but this is going to make it really easy to upgrade this hot end. So one of the things that I wanted to do was, because you can put on firmware stuff on this and modify it in any way, I want to use this hot end. So this is a, oh, look at that, I bent the PTFE tube. This is a Zodiac, this thing, hey, camera, there we go. This is, hey, there we go. This is a Zodiac and Phaedos hot end. It's the same thing as a Butterfly BMO. There's a couple changes because this is the Zodiac collab, but you can't get these anymore, unfortunately. Zodiac was an awesome company that I really, really enjoyed. But anyway, you can't get this exact one because this top doesn't come off like the regular Butterfly. But it's essentially the same thing at the end of the day. So I wanted to use this on it because this is all metal. It's really versatile, and it's just a really good hot end. I took this off of my custom machine. You might have seen the previous live that I did on it. But I wanted to use this, and I tried to put it on just straight how it is, but the fan just does not work with it. This is much shorter than the hot end that's on there. And I tried all kinds of various modifications just to try to get it working in the stock formation. I couldn't. So I started looking around. I came across the older Afterburner. I'm fully aware that there are many new Voron Afterburner models after this, specifically the Stealth Burner. But I did find one where this hot end just works with. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this this hot end and the Voron Afterburner on the Kingroon KP3S. So essentially, it's a flawless fit. Let's see. Basically, I have all the parts here that I would need to build it, and I figured since I'm going to be doing that, maybe I'll just hop on and do it while we're all together. Everything's good? Okay, good. All good from the UK. Nice. Hey, it's me, World, from Discord. Hey, World. I see you in there, asking questions, getting help. Hope you're figuring out some of the stuff that you needed some help with there. I got my first printer because of you. Still running your profile, actually. Keep up the great work, man. Hey, that's cool. I'm glad I could help in some way. Glad that it's been useful to you. No fear, Zoomies here. What's up, Zoomy? So yeah, that's essentially it. I'm going to be putting together the Voron Afterburner. I have all the parts here. I'll go over them in a second. One other machine that I've actually really been enjoying is the, I guess you can't see it in the camera view, but the Voxelab Aquila D1. I have been printing all of this ABS on it. No enclosure in this cold basement. But this was all printed on it, and the quality has just been so superb. The D1 is really a great machine. I just wish it was a hair cheaper so it can be like more disruptive. It's a $400 machine, but it could pretty much do everything. This stuff is also ABS, carbon fiber ABS, and it came out just gorgeous. Now, this stuff prints at a slightly lower temperature, so I'm a bit concerned. So we'll see how it works. I do have some other cameras as well. I have this other camera here, so I can kind of lay things out. But I did buy some things. So I have a 50-15 fan that we're going to butcher up for this. The Sun-On 24-volt fan. That thing is loud and crazy. We have just the standard 40mm fan I found in a box. I have a feeling that this is from an old Aquila, and it might be dead. But you know, fans are really easy to take in and out. And on this particular hot end, as some of you know, it just literally pops in here. So I'll be able to take this out if this is a bad fan and throw another one in. So I'm not really worried. But yeah, let me just continue taking all these parts out. I just think this is such a neat design, and you know, I'm fully aware that there is a newer version. But I did get some heat sets. Printed the Fed Extruder version 2.0. It's beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's been fun to make. So I got these. These are a heat. Come on, camera. There we go. Inserts, but they are shorter than the ones that I currently have. So little guys. So this should make building this a little bit easier. So I bought those, and I had to get some long M3s. Let's see what I got. 30mm, 35, 40, 45, and 50. So a little kit with big boys in there. And I think we're going to need a lot of what's in here. Put this to use. So I'll have this guy nearby. The only other thing that I needed to get was a dual gear extruder, a Bondtech extruder. And I did like a little unboxing a long time ago from this Haldus 3D direct drive dual gear extruder clone. So I'm going to be taking the gears and the bearings and everything out of this to throw it on here. So that's the plan. The plan is to do this. I don't know, bear with me with the camera stuff. I don't really have an overhead way to shoot overhead yet. I'm redoing the studio at the moment. The what's in view right now is the only part of this basement that's together. All the other furniture, everything's out of here. Working on rebuilding this whole place. So trying to keep this as the last part to move and repaint and to redo, so I can continue making some of these videos at least. But I do have, let's see where all this went. So I did pull up this manual because it does look somewhat tricky to do it from nothing from the first time. So I'm going to go ahead and follow this. And then actually this this plate is going to be completely different than what's there on the screen because it has to be replaced with this. But it's okay. We'll make it work. A man with a plan. You know, you got to have a plan. Also, I say that as I start an impromptu live feed, right? All right, and as far as the only other thing I think I need outside of tools and the manual is a words, English language, very difficult, soldering iron. Sometimes I just can't brain. So I have a little D60 here, and I am going to be powering it from a battery. I don't have my drone batteries. They're upstairs, I think. So I have my RC battery here. It's a 3S LiPo. It won't be the fastest to heat, but it should be okay for inserts. So we will have that all set up. And hopefully it's not going to take up too much space here. Let's see if I can get just a little bit more organized. All right, let's plug you in so I have you whenever I need you. Get that battery in there. Hey, is the background music like not too loud, too quiet? I can hear it in my headphones, but I know Zumi might not like live music. I mean, loud music. So I want to make sure. Let me know. All right, so I'm gonna get started here, and I'll read your questions and whatnot as I go. Hey, Toymon. I don't hear you. Don't hear the music? I can't. Dan hears it. Oh, a lot of don't hear music. Interesting. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can fix this issue. Because I'm over here bumping tunes into my ear. Let's see. Music. No, it says it's in here. And should be a playing. Let's see, I'll make it louder for a second. How's that? Like, obviously this is too loud, but I'm just using this as an example. I mean, if it's not working, I'll just keep going. But I'll fix it later, but hopefully it works. All right, I'll just leave it right here. Nothing. Okay, well, I broke something from last time. All right, well, it'll make the silence a little bit weird. Because I don't want to spend a bunch of time, you know, just tweaking OBS. No music at all. Well, my apologies, everybody. You'll see application capture. All right, you know what? Let me try closing it. And, well, let's reopen it. So, I'm using OBS, and I'm kind of like figuring it out as I go. Um, if that wasn't obvious already. Um, but one of the things I couldn't figure out was background music, but it worked last time. No, I have had music in the past ones, but I guess I broke something since then, which is kind of sad. You could sing to us. You don't want that. That's not a thing. Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing. Um, audio input capture. No, it's not this. Let's see if it just had to be moved up, maybe. Nope. Okay. Whistle while you work. All right. Well, I will try to fix that before the next stream. Um, I guess I'll just have to test it and figure out what's going on there. Yeah, I can see it's not affecting uh, the input at least. I said I wasn't going to do this. Here I am. System output. I mean, it's literally outputting to OBS. Okay, it's fine. Sorry guys, no background music this time. All right, I have everything here. Let's pull up. Um, let's pull up the manual. See what we need here. I'll kind of try to move everything else aside. So we are going to need this piece first, at least the top portion of it. And see, the thing is, this piece is different. Oh, is that what it is, Mark? Let me see, because I have this set all the way at the bottom. So here, let me put it back to this. So if I move it to the top, let's see what happens. No, it's still not showing up. Like I can see that it's not playing, it's not picking up the audio in the mixer. So something is just weird. We are building a thing called an afterburner. It's a direct drive, and I'm going to using this bracket here. I'm going to install it on the KP3S. I'm probably not going to be able to install it tonight. It's probably going to take all of 2 hours, an hour and a half to build this thing. Hopefully not, but I think so. It'll be my first one. Um, but yeah, let's just go on and see what we can do here. All right, back to the browser view to this part. So the thing here is some of this isn't going to translate exact. Um, I have a feeling at least because this is not the same bracket. Although I think everything so far checks out. Yeah, it looks like we're putting in inserts from the back here. All right, let's do it. All right, let's get her done. All right, let's get some inserts out. Oh, you know what I can do? I can add a. Let's do video capture device. Add existing. Add my little Logitech cam here, and we'll do one of these. Yeah, right. That'll work. Hey, Luppy. Coron. That's off-brand. All right, so how many do we need here? Apparently 4, but I don't Whoops, I don't think there's a thing on the side on this particular build. So let's start off with 3 inserts. All right, let's find a good place for the hot stuff. Let's get her heating. I'm going to need some tweezers. We'll need that. And then we're going to need something something metal to push down. That's okay. I'll just use the back of these guys. Should be okay. Unless I have like a tool handy, which I'm drawing a blank at the moment. Oh, you know what? I'll use this fun little spatula. I don't remember what printer this came with. I think the Aries, maybe? I've never used it, like, ever. This thing's horrible. It'll scratch your bed and destroy your bed. Thanks, Zoomy. She's good looking out. Good looking out. I don't typically, like, ask people to go out of their way. You know, in my opinion, if you like the content, if you like the video, they'll do it. Um, I find it kind of always like not cringy. That's not the right word. But like, I find it kind of awkward when people beg for likes and stuff. It's, you know, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I probably am doing it wrong. All right. So yeah, thank you once again, Izumi. Oh, I didn't know Filma Stories was on. I honestly have never jumped in on her streams. I should. All right, so the first 2 are going to go onto the back side here, looks like. These things are always so nerve-wracking. I should definitely probably get a better tool for this, like the actual insert tool, but it typically works out pretty good. I'll show you a little close-up of how these go. So like, for example, it's backwards on my screen. There we go. That's nice and in there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a little tap here. Oh yeah, don't look straight into a very bright LED. Oh, great. Uh-oh, I'm missing one out of here. That's not good. Better be in there. All right, M3. Let's see if we can run it through here, just to clean up some of that molten plastic on the other side. I'm going to need the tool. Hey, nice. Okay, so I guess let me try to think about this. I think I'm going to need my little tool here. Or should I drill through it? No, I'm not going to drill. Let's use a tap, right? M3 tap. Should be able to go through the threads. See, and you thought I had this all planned out. Luppy, what's on her site? Give us a TLDR. So just in case anyone's wondering, I put the heat insert in and it melted some plastic kind of like into the threads on the back. So what I'm doing is I'm running a tap through it, so it comes out the other end of the plastic. No one asked, but here I am. There we go. Like, see all that mess coming out of here? Hey, Stone Farmer, how are you? I haven't missed much. I just put in a single hot insert, threaded insert so far, and I'm just tapping through it because it got some plastic in the threads. Um, that's actually a good idea. Watch it a little faster. Yeah, it was just a bunch of troubleshooting because I'm still new to live streaming and OBS and whatnot, so nothing too crazy there. All right, one. It's a listing of filament brands all over the world and where to buy them. Oh, interesting. Nice. That is a really, really good way to get affiliate links um, for everyone to kind of access. That's awesome for everyone involved. You guys get a giant uh, repository of filaments and where to buy them, and she gets a kickback for doing all that work. That's clever. Good job, Courtney. Yeah, her filament collection is so impressive. I would never assume you have anything planned. Good, because I don't. Sometimes I do for videos. Like, for example, I have one, two, three, four. I have 5 machines, higher end machines like this that I want to do this year. I need to kind of take a break from them, and I have a feeling that I'm going to upset a few people by not rushing into the reviews, but it is what it is. Um, they are going to be really cool. I have a Delta machine by FL Sun, this a Super Racer, which I'm really excited about. I know it's a Bowden machine, and their F400 is uh, faster and more intriguing, but the Super Racer is super affordable uh, in comparison. So really excited for that. I have the Ghost 6. That's going to be a cool machine. Hopefully, I'll print a bunch of ABS on that machine. Um, I have a Voron build. That will have to be in many parts. Lots of fun stuff coming to the channel. I have a few more of my own modifications, kind of like the mod that I just recently did on the channel. Hopefully you guys like that stuff. Let's see, let's go down, lower the temperature a bit. Let's go to 300, right? We're just melting plastic. All right, you know what? 295 is fine. I don't know, close enough to 300. All right, 300. What's in the coffee cup tonight? It's just coffee, just coffee. I'm over here rocking out to these tunes in my ears, and I can't believe you guys can't hear them. What a shame. All right, let's get another one in. Why don't we? I have a feeling that me using this this tool is going to bother me enough to want to build a more specialized tool for inserts before the build, because this is going to frustrate me. It is working really well, though. I do really like this super inexpensive D60. I love the fact that I can run it off batteries like this and just carry wherever I need, and I'm not attached to anything. It's nice. I know there's better ones out there, but it's been really good. I literally don't have a single complaint. So I'm thinking by me going over with a tap, like back through there and getting that plastic out, I'm just going to run into less problems later when I go to assemble. Hopefully that's the case. Stone. True. That's true. What happens is I go off on tangents. Yeah, definitely play some of your own tunes in the background there. Get comfortable, play what you like. All right. One of the goals is not to have to reprint anything today. So we'll see. All right, then it looks like I flip and we put one in up here. Anyone in the chat have a Voron build or planning one? Trying to make these go in straight. All right, that looks good. What's beyond you? Voron? No way. Just a little further in. There we go. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Positron. Really interesting. I wish there was less proprietary stuff. And then I'd be all over that thing. But I love the idea. I love the design. I think it's super clever. It's like outside the box thinking, which is always nice. Okay. And I think we shall call that good. There's one there. Two on the back. All right. And then I don't have the side, and I think the side is for the wire cover, which I'm not going to use on this anyway because it's just not that same build. All right. More inserts. All right, next part. All right, looks like I'll just start with the first one. How many are we going to need? Is there one on the side here? There is. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, got him. Yeah, Hero never comes into a live. We should pressure him. It's all right. I think he said he doesn't like live feeds. Like he doesn't watch any of them. That's fine. No problem. They're not for everybody. Let's try that again. All right. Okay, one thing that's noticeable is this filament was easier to melt right away. Like I could tell pretty much instantly, which worries me a bit because this, if you guys are in that Discord, this was that Gizmo Dorks ABS that had a low temperature for printing, and it's going to hold a hot end. Well, at least this is easy to reprint. All these parts are so easy. I want to do a 3D print on a cruise ship just to say I did it. Benji. Yes. I would bring some sort of portable power just to bring a printer to the front, to the bow, to the nose, whatever, and hold it there as it prints a benchy. Yes, epic. Yeah, the carbon fiber stuff. Yeah, this is carbon fiber ABS, and it looks amazing. And it printed super, super easy, super, super smooth on the Aquila D1. No enclosure, no nothing, not a single piece of lift, nothing. It's literally printed like PLA. I printed it at 230 degrees, which looks great. Even the overhangs that, well, there's very little in this design, but even the overhangs look good. So, I don't know, it's a real good test for it. All right, now we flip it, and we put 2 in the back down here. Let's do this awkward side first. Yeah, like see, like getting it straight. This is going to bother me enough to build a rig. I guarantee it. I have a bunch of extrusions and wheels and carriages and all sorts of stuff. So I'm thinking make a clamp on a extrusion so that you can clamp one of these in there and just it'll allow you to go straight downward. I think that's going to be very useful in some future builds that I'm doing for putting in inserts. Godzilla, always cool. You know what else is cool? There's some tentacles. Zumi actually knows. I printed them as well. These super cool tentacles. They're just fun to print and they look really cool. I don't remember them off the top of my head, like who the design was by. But maybe Zumi has it handy. Definitely function. This isn't for a Voron. This is for this machine right over here, the KP3S. For those just joining in, I found this file, which is essentially an adapter plate that lets you run this on the KP3S. And that's going to let me use one of my favorite hot ends because there's a specific modification for the afterburner for this. So that's kind of the plan, is to make this have an all metal, direct drive extruder that I can service really easily, modify really easily. This machine already has linear rails. It has everything that I want out of a printer in this tiny little package, and I truly think this is an awesome machine. I have been enjoying it very thoroughly. All right, so it looks like I might have to grab my little blade to clean some of these pieces here and there. Ah, God, that LED went right in my eyes again. You'd think you'd learn from the first time. Yeah, it looks like Zumi's going to grab those files for you. Thanks, Zumi. There we go, nice and clean. I'm really digging the way it's going so far. I probably shouldn't have said that. That's how you jinx yourself. I have a KP3S and it runs about 12 hours every day. I agree, it's awesome. Yeah, it's great. It really is. And this will, by the way, do you have, Bob, do you have the stock hot end on yours? If you do, have you noticed that if you get molten filament towards the top of that hot end, it clogs really easily? That's a major problem that I have way too much on this machine. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. All right, so now we go to the side here. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. This guy. This was an awesome print, by the way. If you guys are looking for things to print, this thing, this printable, I think this one's slightly modified. I don't remember off the top of my head, but this thing right here, this clamp is so useful. If you do any kind of electronic stuff where you glue things together, it has plenty of weight to hold, um, plastic. Like, for example, I need this to be held in, and, this is just the perfect way to do it. Also, just as I said that, I do remember I brought this upstairs when my family was over. And lo and behold, something's up. Oh, there it goes. All right. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. You have no clogs. Interesting. I wonder if there's more than one type, because so mine, Bob, has a gap. I should have probably taken it out of the show, but mine has a gap in between the heat break and the very top of the hot end itself, like on the inside. So the heat break can only go so far in. It kind of has a stop, and in that space there is a gap. So if I'm ever changing filament, or I had the printer get hot and then I'm going to take the filament out to put something new in, if I don't do it fast enough, and sometimes even if I do it fast enough, that gap gets filled with filament and it cools because it's really high up on the hot end, and it gets clogged really badly to the point where I've taken this off maybe 5 times now, like in the middle of prints. And sometimes, I try to like start a print before I go to work, and I'll end up spending another 30 minutes at least taking this thing apart, declogging it with like an Allen key. It's very frustrating. So maybe that's just my machine, but I did look online, and I did see some other people were having that issue. So far, that's literally its only quirk. Stone, come on, man. All right, if I go heads down and I got no music playing in the background or nothing, you guys are just gonna leave my stream. So I'm over here just yapping. That's what I normally do. I'm just yapping. I upgraded my Aquila to an all metal recently and fixed my issue with back pressure destroying tiny PTFE tube on the direct drive. Yep. All metal seems to be a really just all around good thing to do to a machine. Kind of strange that they don't come stock on a lot of machines. Ooh, that's nice. 4 stone. No, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. It's not that much better. I think we have like 7. Whatever. Let's see. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Next. Another light. So I am not doing chains, so we can skip over that. I do need this though. So let's do that. All right, and that little piece is right over here. And once again, like holding this piece and then trying to put this heat insert. Nah, but this is the solution. Oh, let me get another one out. 3D Zeke, 3D Print SOS, and the wider community. I just wanted to say thank you for liking my tic-tac-toe board. I never imagined it could become so popular. Yeah, man, that thing was super cool. Good work. Zumi is the community. I got one of those unclogger things, basically an ice pick sized for 3D printers. You might have to link me to that. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I remember something came with a bunch of needles, so I just use those if I need to, but I don't want to. I feel like some of the clogs could just be prevented so easily. You know, I guess tonight we get to find out how long this soldering iron will use a 3000 milliamp 3S battery for. That should be a fun thing to find out. Nice. Let's run this through there. Thanks, Luppy. Am I saying that name right? Luppy? All right. That's that. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. Looks like 4 more. And on to the next part. I don't know if I mentioned this, I think I did. I really enjoy the design of this thing. The Afterburner is just so cool, and the Stealth Burner is even cooler. Really excited to make that thing at some point. But just so clever, so clever. Huge props to the designers of Vorons in general, but so far this is the only thing I've touched myself, and it's nice. All right, don't need the clamp for right this second. Anyone else find putting in these inserts just so satisfying? Is it just me? Like, it just completes it, you know? It just, I've only done it one other time really on 3D printed parts for my own direct drive design that I did on my custom machine. Um, and it was just, I can't believe it took me this long to do it on something else. Hey, does this have a plate to fit on different linear rails? I need a blower for my rook. Rook, man, that's gonna be fun. So people like make like remixes of things. So this one in particular is for the KP3S. And what it does is it uses this little plate for the linear rail. Um, I'm not sure, but you might even be able to use this technically for the KP3S Pro or just regular KP3S. I'm assuming there's plenty of others that have made a plate to attach it to any machine. You could literally print this thing for any machine at the moment, at least anything that I've looked for. Aquila, Ender 3, whatever it might be. Zumi, come on. This is a family channel. Mind you, it's 11 p.m. on a live stream, but still. Oops, wrong channel. Yeah, right. Yes, I enjoy doing the inserts. Yes. Never done inserts, but it does look satisfying. Yeah, it's super nice to be able to thread into an actual piece of metal. You guys hear that? It's all right, Zoomy, but don't do it again. Uh, Not sorry. See, I knew that was coming. Thanks, Loopy. No clogger works in a pinch. Cool. A whole linear rail, much less. It's on my original Aquila build. All right, so now we flip this over and we do two more. Yeah, so I have mine set to 300, and that seems to be the sweet spot. 400 is a little too hot, which is what I usually solder at. But yeah, look at that. It just goes in like butter, and then just before it's all the way flat, I remove it and push it the rest of the way in with something flat like that, and it kind of helps it to not bulge any plastic around. My Aquila is barely an Aquila anymore. Hey, that's definitely a thing. I remember my Ender, I just couldn't stop modifying it. There's so much. I did so much. Even the Ultimate Aquila isn't really an Aquila anymore at this point. Hey, Troy, how are you? Same with the Beast. He's getting the DD Federstruder. I gotta say, I think you single-handedly have come up with Federstruder, and I just ran with it. You know what's funny is I do like modifying things, as you can obviously see and have seen, but the stock Aquila, I always come back to, it prints so well. Like this direct drive Aquila that has nothing on it except for that direct drive prints just perfect. What's my go-to TPU? That's a good question. I think my TPU at the moment is either Yusu. Actually, you know what? Let me get it out. So the past couple times I've printed TPU for drone parts, for quads, I use this one brand. Let me find it. But it is specifically better than the rest. At least it feels that way. It's nice and soft. It prints really smoothly. I think it's in this bin right over here. I'll let you know. Yeah, here it is. This stuff. So I bought it on Amazon. I bought these two. Let's see what the brand is. Praline. Priline. I grabbed this stuff on Amazon, and super soft, prints really, really nice. And yeah, with my profiles, this has been really, really good. That's my go-to. Previously, I've also used plenty of TPU by Yusu, but they have kind of regular colors, if that makes sense, and I really wanted like a super transparent color. So I've enjoyed that. People know the name though, Federstruder. People know it. Maybe, I don't know. People have a lot of trouble saying Feder. Pretty much my entire life, everywhere I go, it's Fedor. My favorite one right now is Feeder. like the bird, like bird feeder. That's the most common one. If I'm ever like at a restaurant or something or to order something, I think feeder is the most common one. Fedor as well. Can't blame him too much. It is a wacky name. Yeah, Pryline. Yeah. I need it for raise mod and a couple of gaskets. TPU for raise mod? What do you use TPU on raise mod for? You want PETG at least, right? Or ABS for his mod. Unless we're talking about something else. Freestyle. Do you run custom firmware with mesh leveling on the Aquila or the latest out? I'm going to do some update tonight. Yeah, yes. So I suggest it, and I do use it on one of my personal machines, but I keep the other stock for videos. If they were machines that I'd be using for myself, I would put different firmware on them, definitely. Voxlab's Voxlab strong suit is not firmware. The best example is the D1. I can give this thing literally rave reviews, and the only thing that's really holding it back is the firmware. I'm actually really excited for them to come back from their holiday right now because I sent a giant list of firmware tweaks that they need to make for that thing to be able to remain at $400. Let's just leave it at that. Otherwise, great machine. I printed all of this ABS, literally flawless prints without an enclosure on it. So it's definitely a great printer. The hardware on it is amazing, but the software, super lackluster, can be confusing, hard to use. I'm just being honest. So yes, to answer your question, Freestyle, yeah, I highly suggest you use Alex's firmware on an Aquila. It gives you a lot more control. If you want to jump into Clipper, like if you have something that can run Clipper, I have finally used Clipper myself, and I love it. I think it's amazing. I love the fact that you don't have to deal with firmware after you get it set up once. So like anytime you need to make a firmware tweak, like I wish I did this on my custom machine because I would constantly have to make firmware on my computer and then run it over with a bin file and then compile it. I always hurt my brain to be able to make the smallest little tweaks. But in Clipper, it's just a document. You just open a document, make the change, hit go, and you're done. It's if you have something you can run Clipper on, I suggest it, and I'll make some content on it soon when I can get a grip enough, to teach somebody. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying it, at least on this one machine. Uh, Ray stated to use TPU for the thumb thing. Oh yeah, that's right. That's correct. Sorry. Yeah. Freestyle. Thanks a lot. Yeah, absolutely. I'm using Leo's now. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, like his Clipper installation. I use the latest Aquila firmware myself. Works well for me. I get great prints off. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if it's printing good, well, then don't change anything. Like what I like is I like the customization that you get, and also if something isn't right, you can tweak it easier. You can't do that with the stock firmware, and that's the only gripe I have. At least with the original Aquila, the D1 just has actual issues, like actual usability issues, like where things are menu items but they're actually buttons, or things that are buttons have an icon and you can't tell it's a button, like weird things like that. But that's beside the point. Troy, what's a thumb thing? The part you grab on the direct drive of the S2 to put filament in, like the little lever. That's what he means. I use Pryline TPU, works great on my Anycubic. Yeah, I'm really surprised by Pryline because it's really inexpensive. I get yelled at in the Discord a lot. Yeah, well, you know what? Don't let people yell at you. Just do your thing. So everyone has their opinion on stuff, right? And you can ask for someone's opinion, but you don't need to do exactly like what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, do you, boo. Clipper just makes things so easy. Yeah, exactly. Like, what I think what happens, B Cuddy, is it seems really complicated, and I haven't used it for ages. Obviously, for years I knew about it and never used it because it does seem complicated. But once you do it one time, it's automatically you know, just it kind of like a light bulb goes off. And I'll probably make a little video about me talking about this aspect of it because I think that's what happens. There's like a barrier entry. But truly and honestly, the installation's copying pasting some lines. Like you're not actually doing anything yourself, you know. So Bob had a question. Oh, did I miss one? Scroll. Oh, yep, sorry. Bob, 3print. Does this mod retain the original Kingroon extruder? No. So this has an extruder built in. I should probably like get going on building it. So this is going to be the extruder. The only thing that's staying from there is the extruder motor, like the actual pancake motor, the stepper. Everything else gets swapped over. Technically speaking, I'll be using this, like the gears from this Haldus 3D $15. It might even be cheaper than $15. All the gearings and bearings are coming out of that. Thanks, Zumi. I honestly missed. I just didn't see it. Stone Farmer. I ran a stock one until last month. Went to Alex's. I must say I love it. And I should have switched a long time ago. Yeah, see, that's kind of that's what ends up happening when you switch to it. You get that extra bit of control, and it feels good. The trees are amazing, Troy. Yeah, I hear nothing but good things. I the reason why I don't do the betas is many times ago I did a beta and something happened and it messed up some of my settings and I got upset. So I stopped using the betas. The betas, diabetas. That's not funny. Sorry. Poor Bob. My bad. My bad. All out of coffee. What a bummer. I do have another beverage though. Okay. Let's keep going. Where are we at? Where are we at? All right. So we're putting the hot end in now. So this is cool. Like the way that this thing goes in. Um, Whoever made this modification literally made like the perfect little grooves, um, like the hex shape right there. It's very nice. So yes, I will have to kind of undo some of the stuff to run the wiring later, and I will, and that's okay. I just want to kind of assemble it today, um, and I'll do a second one of these streams where I'll be working on the rest. But once it's assembled, it comes apart really easily, so that's kind of the goal. All right, so here's the second part. And this just kind of clamps it. By the way, one of the differences between this Zodiac version, this hot end, is the mount actually has two flat spots, so this thing doesn't rotate like the originals, which is nice. I always thought that was a nice little clever touch. All right, it fits perfect. And I will have to cut that tube, so let's see when we do that. If there isn't any more inserts, let me turn off this. There it goes. Just in case I touch it by accident and end up burning myself or something. Okay, PTFE tube in. If anyone knows in the live chat, do I keep the little blue clip in here or do I take it out? I actually don't know. Actually, you know what? I'll test that. So if I take this out like that, where is the piece that goes here? Does this... Oh, hold on. I'm going to remove the tube. Does it sit flush or does it have space? No, it sits flush. Okay, so no blue clip thing. Okay, that's good to know. Beer down, beer down. Bob, yeah, tri-clipper. Yeah, yes. I just for the first time after all these years tried it and it's cool. I have the Sonic pad and I'm learning that clipper is a very deep rabbit hole. It is a deep rabbit hole, but it doesn't have to be. I just like that I can make tweaks on a machine without having to recompile anything. I think that's the best. Troy, one last question. How do you create more infill walls inside of a large support trees? Mine are coming out hollow and failing sometimes. So if you're in Cura, you can go into the settings pane where you can control how much you see, how many settings you see. And under infill or under tree supports, you should be able to control pretty much every aspect of your supports. And I guess you're looking for making them more than one wall, but that's there. Yeah, you need to unlock them, turn on. Yeah, Zuby's ahead of me on that one. Local hardware store gets mad when I ask them for anything metric. Yeah, I don't even try. I just get everything online. Yeah, uh, Lumpy, everything on Amazon, really. Know the name of the setting? No, not off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but it's in there, definitely. You got to dig around a bit. Is it density? I don't know if density is going to help. I think that just makes like more trees. Sorry, I realize that because there's no background music, like only I can hear the background music, and me drinking stuff's probably loud. So my apologies. That's probably super cringy for some people. My bad. Okay, let me try six M3 by 16. 16? I definitely have 15, but 16? Really? Uh, that might not happen. That might not happen. I don't like that. That's not fun. 16. Time for the good old calipers. So these are too big. Okay. Let's go one size lower. Oops. Wrong pile. These are 16. That's incredible. I have 16. That's crazy. And I have a ton too. Okay. You know what? I'll take it. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's move that to the side. Plano case. I have a Plano case just full of hardware. All right. Let's see. Where'd my chat go? Here it is. Slurp, slurp. Sorry. Uh, that's a long, skinny bolt. Well, look at this. Ready? Look at these guys. These are M3 by 50s. Look at that. Woo! That's some long boys right there. I appreciate everyone helping everyone out, not only here but also in the Discord. Thank you guys. All right, so that's into threaded inserts. So nice. All right, next up, let's keep her going. PTFE stick out. Should stick out 10 millimeters above the surface. other than Clockwork. I think this is called Clockwork 2. I don't even remember anymore. All right, then we're going to need M3 by 40, which I have right here. That's why I bought this little kit. Whew, talk about long boys right there. Oh, I see. They go kind of like all the way through to the back. Oh, and they threaded to just plastic? Let me do that real quick. Where's my... Whoops. Oh no, they just go through it. Okay. Man, the design. The design. Just nothing but props. Nothing but props. So, so nice. Just change Federer's name to George Jones. Check. Man. ASMR screwing. This is the ASMR screwing and drinking channel. Yes, it does get weird here. Is this already cold? Yeah. Man, I don't like the way that that one is seated. Worth redoing. Let's heat her up. So what I just found here was I don't like the way that this one is seated. As you can tell, it's not 100% flush, so I'm just going to heat it up and push that in, make it flat, just in case it'll attempt to cause me issues later. While that's heating up, let's make sure the tube is the right length. So okay, I got my cutters right there. Let's do 10 millimeters. Here we go. 10. Okay. Let's see. I should just use a marker probably, but what I'll do is I'll give it a little scoring. There we go, that's enough. Yep. All right, and then what I'll do from there is I have a tool that should cut it nice and flat. And I kept it out in advance. Look at that. I thought about this. All right. Where is that marking? Right there. So I do like to spin my PTFE tube a bit. And then give it some pressure. Spitty spinny. Bam. Nice and flat. Okay. Let's see if that is correct. Where's the 10 mil? 10 mil. A little bit higher than 10. Let's see. What am I missing here? Oh, you know what? It's 10 mil to the... Let me see. Oh, it's 10 mil to this. Man. It's 10 mil like this, not to the top of the hot end fetter. All right, I tried to do it in the camera, but I'm going to have to do it up here so that I can like see what I'm doing. Measure twice, cut once, right? I'm over here cutting twice. Okay. What if I measure twice and I cut twice? Does that still count all the same or what? Dumb question. Is the Voron like the Haldus? Um, those are two different things. So Voron is a group of people that make these amazing designs that incorporate other hardware. And Haldus is a brand of hot end, and like this is Haldus and parts. Um, so is it like? I mean, yeah, I'm just taking the insides of this and putting it in there, but essentially it's a modifiable, printable version of a direct drive extruder, hot end assembly, fan duct, all in one, and it's really cool. At least this Voron Afterburner. I love that guide. I'd be blind. Where's Waldo without it? Be mine with a B. Huh. Clever. Gibbsmack. Nice. Hey, Darren. How you doing? Hey, Fed, I'm finally on my last skull. Nice. I can't believe you have a box of skulls. 17. Cool. That's just, you should at some point just put them everywhere and then call maintenance for like a clogged sink just for fun. If you have a camera, that's. Hey, Suman, how you doing? Suman? I don't, my bad, man. I don't, I'm so bad with names. Suman, I'm guessing. Appreciate all your help, by the way. Um, but yeah, let's see. Cutting this tube flat. All right. Hopefully I did that right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Perfect. Okay. Happy with that. Wow, I have the saxophone blasting my ear right now. I really got to get the music fixed. But not going to troubleshoot that now. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Maintenance guy already thinks I'm a freak. Well, if you hit him up with all these skulls around, that might be the that's gonna be amazing. That might be just worth making like a little YouTube clip for. I had a thing where I have like a camera on the door, and when it triggers motion, you can have it say something or do something. And for Halloween, uh, it's like a really loud like what's he say? Like Happy Halloween, and then he laughs. And every time I have a delivery, they freak out, and I have a bunch of them saved on my phone. This one girl, she was legit scared. Like she didn't want to look back at whatever this thing was yelling at her and screaming. It's great. Worth it. Thanks. I'm so happy with this print. I keep mentioning this, but this is that carbon fiber ABS that's kind of super sketch. But at 230, 100, it printed just flawlessly, no enclosure. Um, so, man, I am noticing that this ABS, I think this is eSun ABS. Um, I'm noticing that it's taking a little bit more heat to put in these inserts, which automatically means there's something kind of strange with this Gizmo Dorks stuff. And unfortunately, I won't be able to figure it out until it's probably too late. What's going on here? We need to cool down, not heat up. There we go. Cooling? No. Oh, I must have pressed some button. I don't remember the sequence of buttons this takes to cool down. There we go. Nope, that's heat up. Again? There you go. Okay, double click the buttons. There it is. Your poor Amazon driver. Yeah, they. I definitely have a few that didn't appreciate it, but I loved it. My kid loved it. So, hey, Lord, how you doing, Lord Boo? I think the orange is normal ABS. I've had it forever, and I've never been able to print it successfully. So I was kind of just testing, and the D1 just printed it like it was nothing. Yeah, just normal ABS. Yep. Now, another thing is this is going on the Kingroon machine. It's not going to be an enclosure. It's not going to be printing really hot stuff for a long time. If it does, it'll be smaller prints. Oh, really? Eson prints at a higher temperature. Interesting. Yeah, this stuff, this carbon fiber stuff, printed at 230. Actually, both printed at 230, and really nicely. Like I'm really impressed with it, actually. So Lord Boo, this isn't for my Voron build, although that's happening. FISEC sent me a kit. So I'll make an announcement. I'll do all that, uh, not through a live stream, like through an actual video at some point. So yeah, I'll be building a Trident kit. I'm really excited about it. But this is for the KP3S with this adapter. Because I'm having problems with this hot end, and I really enjoy this machine. And you'll be surprised to know I'm already running Clipper on it. My first time ever using Clipper. I used that Raspberry Pi I took out of my custom machine and tried it out because it's so easy. Everything's already compiled, done for you, and I'm really enjoying this machine. So just kind of modifying it a bit. The Simpsons golf game. I'm not familiar, which is sad because I wanna enjoy the joke, but I can't. All right, so hold on. Let's go back here for a second to the instructions. So I did the 10 millimeter gap. That's all good. I put in the 40s all the way through. Yes, this is where they're going to go. I'm not running this right now. I'll do it later. Um, okay, so it's going on the. Okay, I see. Why is there no size for these? The Voltaire used the index tool cartridge. Leave them slightly loose so the cartridge can be slid out. What? All right, so I know the size of these, but what's the size of these? I guess it doesn't say because you would have already had that hardware. Um, all right, let's see here. Put that up a little bit like that. Let's go back to this view. Once you go Clipper, you can't go back. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Really enjoying it. So that's strange. So they have it here with no heated inserts. Um, I'm guessing I'm just supposed to thread in. So what I'll do is I'll tap them. And if I'm not supposed to, well, too late. I just go all the way through, and then we'll figure out the sizing. Should have brought my little vacuum up here. All right, let's see how that's coming out. Yes, perfect. Okay, I'll do it on this side as well. Next is how you try Super Slicer for like control your profiles. I have before, but a really long time ago. And the reason why I'm using Cura a lot is because one, it's the most popular, right? And on the YouTube channel, I've been trying to help people. It really is, in my personal opinion at least, easier to learn, right? So if I get better at that specific one and stick with it, I'll be able to help more people. At least that's what I tell myself. Um, but yeah, I think it's cool. I've used it before. I can't get over the interface. There's too much design driven UI UX stuff in my brain I can't get over. And when things don't look good, it bothers me. Not that Cure is necessarily like beautiful, but it's definitely better looking than the others. At least for now. They're all gonna catch up. Yeah, more than one screw in 30 minutes? Barely. Gotta go make the wife food. Alright, man. Do your thing. I had Russian dumplings today with the kid. My wife went out to dinner with her sister. Russian dumplings, so good. Called pilimeni. Delicious. Staple in my household. Alright. Good UX is way more important than functionality. Without good UX, there is no function. People will debate that. Engineers will debate that. But yeah, you can have some of the best engineered stuff, and without the proper UX UI, if you can't get it across to the user, yeah, it's not going to work. You can really polish a turd with some solid UI UX. Yeah, Super Slicer is definitely not beginner stuff. I agree, Suman. Is there any new software for the Voxelab Aquila original? Seen a guy installing something on his to make it print faster and better all around, better software, but eliminates the screen. If it eliminates the screen, that software is called Clipper. Yes, the original Aquila can handle all of that. If you don't have anything to run Clipper on, which if you're asking, you probably already don't, I would suggest going with Alex's firmware because it does give you a lot more control than the standard firmware and customization. Um, as far as printing faster, there is no magic bullet. If you want a printer to print faster, you have to put in some work tuning it. You can get it to print fast completely stock. You just have to understand how it works before you can just click a button and have it go fast because it'll mess up and you won't know what you're doing. So my suggestion is check out Alex's firmware. I have some videos on it on the channel. Okay, let's see. All right, the screws. So we've tapped those. I mean, I got to use something short for that. Let's see how short we're going. Yeah, there we go. And this is also an interesting design. Like these two screws, they or bolts rather, they don't go all the way in. You leave some space and then they kind of pinch this design. Just lots of interesting ideas all around here. So I think it said leave them loose, right? Leave them loose so the cartridge can be slid out. Okay. I think I understand what you mean. So lift up, slid out. So nice. So nice. Here, let me get this. All the heated inserts are in. Gotta love checking the thing with my bare hand. Not smart, not smart. Alright, won't need this anymore. Put that back. Hopefully won't need this anymore. And where is it? Here it is. Let's put that away. Otherwise, I have stuff everywhere, all over the place. Angel, absolutely. You know, guys, don't be scared of asking questions. Like, always ask questions. The worst that can happen is, someone will think that you should have Googled, and you should have always Googled before, but like, always ask also because someone knows the answer, and there's kind people all around. So don't be afraid of asking a question. Obviously, do some homework, but don't be scared of that. He can go buy the $700 one you and I were talking about the other day. Yes, but don't do it. You mean the P1P? I like those things. I think all those machines are they're very important. 2023 is gonna be nuts, especially a little later. Mr. Potato Head. Do they even sell those anymore? Are they Mister? They're probably not anymore. It's probably just Potato Head. All right, back to the build. Uh, let's go. Okay, so I'm not doing this part because I haven't disassembled that yet. But I will note that the gear goes on backwards, and the motor goes the other direction of what I thought it would. Okay. Oh, that's why it wants the motor, because it wants us to put that in, and everything will be assembled already. Uh, all right. I don't wanna, but I'll do it. Okay, I definitely didn't want to do this, especially since it's already 11:30. But all right, might as well. Might as well do it right. Let's get this thing off. They do, but it's binary now. Weird. I feel like it's just more confusing, but you know. What speed did you print the parts at? Um, I think it was 60. I don't have it open anymore. I'm gonna say I printed it at 60 or 50 millimeters per second. Not blazing fast, but hey, it's ABS without an enclosure on the D1. All right, you know what? I'm gonna keep the parts up there. Yeah, I can't wait to not have this anymore. As in this stock setup. I've definitely learned that that's the weak point here, at least in my example. Actually, the solution would probably be just a cheap V6 hot end that's all metal. That would probably be the best solution. You don't have to change anything, just swap it out. Why Aquila X2? It's locked up software. Will, try to rephrase that, man. I'm not sure. Not sure what you mean. All right. I mean, it is easy to take apart and do maintenance on. That's for sure. Like, it was that easy to remove this hot end. And I do have a nice new nozzle on here that I'll have to remove from here. It's actually the nozzle that I was trying is from 3D Max, which I didn't know that they had nozzles, but they do, and they're nano diamond coated. But I haven't had a chance to try them yet. But I hear decent things. right, motor, you come out of there. Let's see how this is all held. Oh, okay, there it is, just two. All right, I'll leave this thing in ruin. I'll clean it up a little later. This is going to need a small Allen key. Yeah, I got to fix the music because I'm really enjoying it, and it's a shame you can't hear it. Especially because I pay for it. I pay for a license to Upbeat. I bought like a lifetime license, so all my music comes from there. There's so much. All right, little baby pancake stepper is off and ready to go. All right, so let's get that gear. So the gear is going to slip on backwards, huh? And I guess I won't really know how far to put this thing until later. Interestingly enough, it only has one grub screw. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these with one grub screw. Oh, is this even a smaller Allen key? Shouldn't be. But it is. Interesting. Also, I broke my little tiny Allen key. I have these long ones, and now this is what I'm working with. I gotta buy another set. There we go, that fits in there. It's adorable. Yeah, look at it. What a little cutie. I actually had an idea. Someone mentioned it in one of my comments, but I already had this idea. I even tried it. The Aquila and Ender have a smaller NEMA. I don't think it's this size, is it? On the Z motor. Yeah, it's the one size taller than this, so a little tiny bit taller. So I was thinking of trying that on a geared extruder setup, but like a stock version. So I'll mess with that at some point. I got to do the lever next. I have a lever design that should work nicely. Yeah, it's a pancake. Oh, I see. Butter and berries. I get it. Clever. All right, so it says here that this guy here, let me move this. All right, so it should go this direction. Oh, there's an actual measurement, 3.2 millimeters. I don't know, my gear looks a little bit longer than theirs. Will that be a problem? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to eyeball 3.2. No, I can't. 3.2 runs it off of the 3.2. That runs it off the shaft. Okay, just to start, I'm going to put it all the way on the tip. And let's see how that works. And we'll mess with it. And 3x8, that would be you. All right, let's try it. Motor position is adjustable to allow for proper meshing of the drive gears. Start in the topmost position of that slot. Okay, I hear you. Man, clever designs. Just so clever, it's crazy. Oops, I think I used this slightly too long of a bolt. I guess, see, I did need that caliper. All right. It's not you. It's you. Nope. That's in the wrong spot. Such a clever design. And so many of you have told me about these for years. And I've never listened. What a shame. All right, topmost spot. What's next? Drive gears. Troy Hall, this reminds me, I bought the 3D Max PLA and I love the baby blue, but the black sucks. Really? What sucks about it? Just the tip. That's right. Enjoy the Trident build. I did the 2.4R2 last Easter. Super fun. Awesome printer. Want to build another. I'm really excited. Actually really like the idea of the Trident. The fact that the whole gantry stays at the top. I think that's cool. Like I like that idea better, having all that moving parts to stay up there than to be constantly moving, if that makes sense. Can you load Alex's firmware on the Aquila X2? Yep. All that matters is the board, and it tells you with a sticker. So, all right. Gears. Okay, so that means I have to disassemble this, which means parts all over my desk here, but that's fine. All right. Come on. There it goes. If you guys are wondering, this is a $15 Haldus 3D dual gear extruder. And I actually find these to be really great. Let's see if I can push this out easy. All right, bigger. Come on. There's a pin in here that I'm trying to push out. Oh, there it goes. All right, and this thing has bearings, both sides, so it's nice. Okay, that's harvested. We get the bearings both here, top and bottom. Yes. Wonder if we have to adjust this gear as well. I guess I'll find out in a second. Looks like it. Yep. Okay. BMG. Make sure the set screw in the filament drive gear is seated against the notch in the shaft. I don't think this one has a notch in the shaft, but it's already in there. Carefully tighten the screw. The head is easy to strip. Oh, okay, I see. There's like a groove in the middle of it. Okay, I won't be able to tell through this, but check placement. Make sure the filament drive is fully seated against the drive shaft gear. I think, well, because this isn't a BMG setup, I don't think I'll be able to find out that exactly. Well, let's see. So this goes down this way. Oh, I see what I did wrong already. Okay. Well, should be easy to fix. So, looks like I need to, oh, okay, does that bearing go in there easy? Starting to. Push that bearing in. Okay, I need to find a way to get that nice and flat. Let's just use this. Nice. Okay, nice and flat. Okay, all right, so back to this. This gear, their measurement is for a different back plate. That 3.5 mil that I was talking about, um, looks like it's for a different back plate. So I should be able to mesh this just fine. So let's loosen, bring her down. There we go. And we will find out if that's correct or not in a second when the top cover of this is going to go on here. All right, and we'll figure out this as well. Cool. Our first part. Looks like the mesh is okay. If you guys can see that, there's a little tiny bit of play. And I know there should be, but I'm thinking it's just the hair too much. Is this right on key? It is. I am going to loosen it a bit and bring her down. Let's see, all the way is too much? Yes, this is too much. So it looks like for me, right in the middle is good. Love this design. It's so clever. Yeah, a little bit of play, but the teeth are all the way in there. So if this is similar to RC cars, you definitely want a little tiny bit of backlash like that, because you don't want these gears grinding against each other. But let's see if I push it even more. Oh, looks like there will be some backlash either way. Okay, I'll just make it tight for now. Okay. That is looking good. All right, let's move on a little bit. Check for clearance. Oh, I see. I have to undo the motor, huh? All right, fine. Weird gap in the print supports for lips on the other part. None of that happened in blue. Oh, you're talking about the supports you're actually trying it now, Troy. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I can't help like during this live stream. Hopefully someone else can chime in there. Sorry you're having trouble, man. Love and Ray's mod made all the difference in the world. Yeah, for sure. It definitely takes that printer and makes it better. Looking to upgrade my Anycubic Mega S. Never got the chance to try it. But I know there's a lot of modifications for that thing and all kinds of printed things you can get for it. Did I come back to mistakes? No, no mistakes. Just trying to figure it out. All right, main body. Okay, so I have to check to see if this is coming out of the back and hitting anything. Let's see. It actually is a bit. Oh, no, okay, so it sits in there and it looks like it's gonna move up. Okay. What can I do about that? I can't really do much about that because of the way the bearing is. I guess that's why you get actual BMG stuff, huh? Yeah, it looks like if it goes all the way, it kind of comes out a little bit. But it should be okay. I don't think that'll be a problem. We're going to find out because YOLO. Definitely going to do some YOLOing. There we go. Almost installed this wrong instantly because the motor has to go in this direction. All right. All right, let's see how this works. Oh, really? This gets put on with before the other stuff? Interesting. All right. Ooh, nice satisfying click right there. Wow, that filament path looks perfect. Can you see that? Can you guys see those grooves right there? And how it aligns literally perfectly? Is that luck or what? Yeah, the instructions. Listen, the Voron guys do a really good job with instructions. Like it's really really nice. Um, so what I'm going to do here is I have to seat that bearing a little bit better. Where's my camera at? Let's see if I can just push it with this Allen key. I can. Let's get her nice and flat in there. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's give the click again. Nice. So nice. No interference. Let's see, I can spin this gear, right? Oh yeah. Cool. And I can, okay, that's so clever. You can, through right here, adjust where this gear sits. I mean, like, I can only dream of being this smart. That's what a cool little piece. All right, let's keep it going. We need M3 by 30s. Those are these long boys. And we are putting them through here. Oh, and into the extruder. Okay. Really? Before that? Okay, all the way through. All right, all right, all right. McConaughey up in here. Perfect. So nice. Let's see how we're doing over here. A little bit tight, actually. Yeah, something is a little bit tight. I wonder if it's that gear that's kind of touching. It's got to be, right? I wonder what I could even do about that. I would have to move the motor. I wonder if one of the bearings just isn't seated absolutely perfectly. Oh, that might have been it. Okay, there it goes. We are spinning free. Okay, so it just wasn't seated perfectly. Okay, good to go. I was nervous there for a second. All right, let me catch up with chat. I'm back. Did you miss me? Every time. I don't know if you're old enough to remember Heath kits. I doubt it. I am 36. I just turned 36 on January 1st. It's a gift and a curse, that birthday. Cool. I'll check out what you guys are talking about a little later once I finish up here. But all right. So far, digging it, digging it. Still don't quite know what that little click is, but it's okay. Next steps. Check gear play. The gear should have slight play and should not be fully tight against the pinion. Adjust the position of the motor until you have faint play. Oh, I see. Okay. So that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Starting to understand. And if we loosen and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. Let's do a little bit. Okay, so that's what was happening. When I was tightening, the mesh got so tight that I wasn't able, that it got like, it started binding essentially. So I gotta make sure that after I tighten it, it doesn't bind like that. So let's actually put some tension on here now. And yeah, cool. All right, what I want to know is this part. What's up with the bearing there? And is it this motor mount that's causing this issue? It's just, if you can tell here, I'm kind of like heads down trying to figure this out. Far too young. If I recall, your dad's an engineer. No, so my dad was a mechanic, and he owned his own shop when I was a little kid. He had to give all that up to get us to America, but um, I guess that's an engineer, but mechanical. Well, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. He was a mechanic, so that's where I got the working on everything myself from. Heath kits. I gotta look that up. I probably, I'm one of those people that has a horrible memory. I guarantee if I saw it, I'd know what you're talking about. Huh, good to know. All right, I'm just gonna keep assembling, and I will, like once it's all assembled, I can go back and check it all out. Whoops. All right. BMG idler assembly. What time I got here? It's already 12 a.m. I'm going to probably do another 30 or so minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but man, everything always takes longer, doesn't it? I'm also just oogling over this, just how gorgeous it is. That doesn't help. All right, so this little guy, am I just putting it in there? I am. All right, so that little guy's in there. And now we need the idler. Oh, gotta love bearings. They're almost as good as magnets. Very nice. That just drops in there, doesn't it? How do I know it's working? Oh, I like look with my eyeballs. All right. I think I skipped ahead by accident here. Was I supposed to drop that bad boy in there? Let's see, like this. M3 by 30. Okay. And an M3 by 20. Where are my calipers at? Where are my calipers at? I do have one of those little printed caliper things for hardware, but I never ended up using it. It's just laying somewhere. All right, 20, 20, 20. Let's get a 20 mil, so smaller than this. And we got a 20. All right, that's a tricky one right there. Lost feather? What do you mean? Am I still here? Oh, lost. I think you just lost me on multiple levels. Um, But yeah, but I'm also trying to figure this out. You know what, guys? I respect my elders. Okay, it's not about age. Well, it is a little bit, but it's not. You guys are fine. All right, so this goes in here, right? Oh, I'm supposed to put the lever in there. Okay. Okay. Where's that lever at? Where's the lever at? Oh boy. Where's my lever? Oh. Well, I know exactly where it is too. It's at work. It's at my office. For sure. Well, that's gonna stop this build dead in its tracks, ain't it? Yep, that little lever is at work because I brought the whole kit there today to take a closer look. And that'll be the only place that I opened that box. And it's empty. Okay. Well, let's see how far I can get without it. I don't like that, but it is what it is. All right. So this is where that lever goes. That is an absolute bummer. And that thread's right in there. That's nice. Looks like I'm pulling out that heated insert, which is a shame. All right, things are starting to go a little south for me, unfortunately, here, everybody. Okay. And the long boy goes in here because that's the pivot for this lever in here. I'm assuming that goes into a heated insert as well. We're about to find out. Very clever design. Very clever. Okay. I make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, all that is good. Yep, that's all good. Okay, so I am missing the lever that goes on the top here. But the way that this works, this is really cool. There's this little, what do you call it, like a little shuttle that essentially, when the lever is open, when this lever gets pushed open, it pushes this out like that. And what this part has is it has the idler on it. So it pushes the idler away from this part where the filament is inserted in. It's actually really clever. So without actually undoing this, which on most BMG dual gear extruders, you have to undo this. Without undoing that, you should technically be able to load and unload very easily because it moves that gear just outside of where it needs to go. And that is very clever. Yeah, you guys see that? Like, this thing attaches to it. There's a little notch right here where you can imagine a lever. When you push this, it pushes this like that. Where'd it go? It pushes this forward like this. Boom, just enough to give you space for the filament to go in, like all the way through. That's just good. It's just good. Very clever. So let's give this some strength. There we go. Okay. Let me catch up with the chat here. You guys are all talking about age. 55 is young. It is. People are living past the 100 right now. Making progress. I don't know. I've kind of stalled with that lever not being here, which is a total bummer, but I'll get to it tomorrow. Because he's ignoring us as he should. Yeah, I did ignore you for a little bit there, but not anything maliciously. I like you guys. Whatchamacallit. Thingamabob. It's true. I love watching men work. It's so satisfying. Noted. All right. Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, so this portion I'm not doing because I'm not installing this. I did this because I went ahead as usual. Not doing this part because I'm not using this on this machine. Okay, and now this whole assembly. This assembly goes on the top. This just slides in there. Oh, jeez, how many times am I going to say how cool this is? I mean, it is just, it's super cool. Oh, and it goes in from the back here? What? That might not be a thing. Um, I don't think that part, the 3x20, hold on. Right, because I don't have, oh, there is an insert there. This side, okay, so this isn't, because this is an aftermarket mount. It looks like this hole right here does not line up. That might be because this is a different version of the extruder. And then also this one does line up, and it does go into a threaded insert, so that's an M330. Well, let's try it, I guess. M330, would that go in there? Wouldn't this go through? It'd like almost touch. What am I missing here? I see an insert in there. I have a feeling that this portion is different because of my specific afterburner modification here. I don't think I should be putting this in. I'm just going to mess that up. There is a heated insert there. So I think I need a piece of hardware there, but I can't use that one. So let me find something that's long enough. And I'll put it in. I can always change it later. Like that's too long. I gotta label these things better in here. That's a little too short. This should be just right. So that's on the back, so I guess that's not going to interfere. I don't know. We're going to learn. Yeah, that does feel good there. And then on this side, it doesn't line up with anything. And I have a feeling that's for a different model, which is fine. Okay. All right. This slides on. How do you... Oh. The amount of times I've been impressed so far. 90 minutes past my bedtime. Hey, you know, he's staying up with us, having a good time. Sorry, your parents won't ground you, right? Um, the reason why I'm like thinking out loud here is because I realized why these exist here. These two pieces of hardware that don't actually clamp down, because this is meant to be serviceable really easily, and it does just slide under there. You have to leave a gap there. 50 millimeter only fans. That's right. Yeah, the fan assembly. So this particular one, for those of you that are familiar with this hot end, but so you use a 50-15, and you actually have to butcher this thing. Like you have to cut it because it fits in here, and this becomes its own enclosure for that fan. And it's a brilliant design. And this is like a modification to the original, which uses a 40-15 or 40-20. But I have a bunch of these fans, so, and I don't have any of the others, so that's what we're using. But so far, this is just such a cool thing. I really wish I didn't forget that lever. I'm really mad at myself for forgetting that. All right, I think I have to tighten this now. Let's see. Oh, we're going for fans. Oh, here we go. Here's the thing where you cut this fan. So this is a 40-20, but I have a modification here. So hold on. Did I not have to tighten this? Because it would seem like that's something I have to tighten before putting this portion on. All right, because this portion is separate. Yep, like that's separate. This is separate, and this goes into here, so this has to be tightened. So is that a missing instruction? Yeah, it looks like it is. So it looks like right here, where this is, unless I missed it. I doubt these guys would miss anything at this point. It's definitely on me before I blame anybody. This. So this is saying leave these bolts loose, but this probably should have been tightened already. So, and they thread right into inserts. No, there's no inserts there. Oh, I'm supposed to put inserts in there. Oh my. It's because I only had one coffee. I need two more inserts because this is a modification of mine, and not mine. Like this is modified, so that's why it doesn't follow that perfectly. These two parts down here have to have inserts. All right, so I think once I get this part on, I'm gonna have to cut this live, just because it's getting a little late, and I do have to pretend I'm a normal person in the morning. Let me just scroll through here real quick. So that, yep, gets attached. Yep. It looks like there's no hardware in there, at least in the photos, but if we do all of this and then we go to attach this to it, this isn't attached. And this is already done, yeah, and it goes to the power supply. So that's what I need to do. The reason why that's not in here is because I'm using a modification and it skips it. You know, all those things are true. So I think in the next one, we'll be cutting the fans and doing this fun stuff and attaching it. But for now, I'm just going to get that portion complete right here. We'll get it to this point right there. Black Canyon, hey, what's going on? 5 a.m. in the UK. That is so early. My wife gets up at like 4 and does CrossFit. My brother-in-law owns a CrossFit gym, and It's really great. Not for me, not for me. I'm more of a mountain bike guy. I say that now. I haven't mountain biked in ages now, but I used to mountain bike constantly. That was my excuse. Now I need to get back on it for sure. Need to get back on it. 2023, I'm getting back on the bike. Expect some 3D printed bike stuff. Bacon and cheese sandwich. I'm on the East Coast, in case anyone was wondering for some reason. All right. Hope you just take a Sunday at some point and do a 1 day Voron build. Won't happen. But I can't start the Voron until my desk is done. So I bought basically a countertop, like for an island, and I bought a bunch of legs that I'm going to attach to, and that's going to be the table. So it's going to be pretty wide and large, much larger than what I'm working with here. This is only a couple feet wide and a couple of feet long. And it's going to be rotated in a different part of the room so that this wall is the backdrop, and all this will be redone. Um, the printer showcase, I guess, whatever you want to call it, will be in the same spot. But I'm going to tear all of this down. I have to figure out shelving still, but I can't have this here anymore. I hate staring at this old school shelf, and still trying to figure out what I'm going to do there. Probably some kind of brick scenario. So it's going to be a little while. I have to paint and do all that stuff. So once I have all that set up, I got to review a couple machines, but they're all really cool. Um, and then Voron build. APA, yeah, I'm MD, so I'm right below you. I went to school in York. I went to Art Institute of York. Then it was called Bradley Academy when I went. Then it was Art Institute of York, and now it doesn't exist anymore. So fun. All right, let me get two more inserts. Yes. Yeah, I'll be going to Disney here soon. That should be fun. That'll be in good old Florida. Taking a kid. See, like that insert went a little bit too deep. So let's see if I can salvage that. Okay, looks like I did. Lucky. Yeah, I mean, I could probably print a whole bunch of stuff. 1916, yeah, so though that, so this is a 1968 build, the house, and these are built in, like to the ceiling, to the wall. That wall has a stipple ceiling texture, which I can't stand. And the worst part is just off to the side here is the paneling for the whole house, the circuits, what are they called? The breakers for the whole house are behind the shelving. So anytime anything ever happens to this house, which happens all the time, and I need to reset the breakers, I have to take half my shelving apart with all of that stuff that you guys see. So that's why this needs to go. That's the main reason is I just can't believe that that's how it was made and used. Yeah, I pretty much hate those shelves. I'm not sure how I'm going to display some 3D printed stuff, but that'll be okay. I'll find something somewhere. The chicken arms, I printed them for my sister. My sister has a bunch of chickens, and the sizing was weird, much to my surprise. Like the size, I have to print them much larger. Yeah, it's hard to say Zoomy without the chickens. Like they're all different. All right, so now that I have, oh, I just realized that was all off camera. My bad. These were the two that I was putting in. So now, and there's another hole here once again for something that's probably really important. I don't know, nothing lines up there. I'm assuming that's for a different version. So now this should slide right in once again, which it does perfectly, which is so nice. And now that has a place to actually be attached to. Okay, there we go. Let's cool that sucker down. All right. So I should be able to just thread this in. Yep. Such a cool piece. It's for his hawk harrier. I don't know. I don't know anything about him really. That's what happens when you study architecture and your dad's an architect. Oh yeah. I failed architecture. Fun fact, when I was in high school, I was never really good at school in general. Bad grades, all that fun stuff. But then once I got to 12th grade, I did 11th grade actually. I did drafting and CAD and I fell in love with it. And then in 12th grade, I believe, we did architecture. And I literally thought for the first time ever, that's what I was going to do. I was going to be an architect because I was like able to do it. Doing all the drafting stuff was so fun for me because I was just able to like wrap my mind around it. And then I think in the middle of 12th grade, they like came to present some colleges. Or maybe it was 11th. I don't remember anymore. They presented some colleges, and this art institute came around, and it was just incredible the things that they presented. Um, and I went into art instead, design, um, visual arts, essentially, pretty much everything that has to do with art, web design, graphic design, stuff like that. I was lucky enough to get a job directly out of college, so I just stuck with it. All right, I need a smaller screw. Once again, this was for the other bracket. Let's see if I have one that's a little bit smaller, not by much, just a little. Like this probably won't reach. Let me see. So we are looking for it to thread into here. Yeah, too short? Yep, too short. Try again just for fun. Can I see it? Yeah, okay. Come on out. Come on out, screw. I should not have messed with you. But that's how I roll. I mess with stuff. All right. Couple setbacks, but I feel like I got a lot done. I'm really excited about this thing. Lobster claw arms. Nice. Yeah, they're just different sizes. Nice. Apple IIs. That's cool. Yeah, I've been on Apples since '05. Wow. Those old school Apple servers. The G3s. They might be worth something now. First job of Valentine's Day is done. I'm going to print it tomorrow if it all goes well. Yeah, definitely post on Discord. I love scrolling through that post, by the way, guys, and seeing everyone's stuff. It's very encouraging and fun. All right, let's go to this. All right, wow, what a mess. Look at this disaster. It's actually not so bad, but it looks it right there on the camera. All right, so this threaded in perfectly. This is attached. Fan will go like that. This will go like that. Super cool. All right, just missing the lever. Let me show you guys what's happening here. I guess that part doesn't matter. All right, so here is what we have going on. So we have our little gear right there. It'll be feeding through here. There should be a little lever there, which I left at my office, but that is what opens up the gears. Man, the camera's backwards. That's what opens up these gears. Should be really easy to feed once that lever is up there. And there's enough space here to put a little PTFE tube, which I will do. But what you're seeing down here is also interesting. So essentially, this gets put together like this. It gets held in with a piece of filament, interestingly enough. On the back here, there'll be a fan. I think this goes upward. Let's see. Let me open that up. This just gets pushed in here because these people are genius. It gets put in there nice and flat. I mean, look at that design. This is going to go like this. I'm going to butcher a fan to have this here. And I will do it like that. Then there's a little wire management piece. This is where the other fan is going to sit. Wire management right there. Little groove right here for wires. Just like that. Then over here, there's a little groove for wire management because they're genius. But essentially here, I'm just going to put this through here so we can take a look visually. It's not in the way. This will get attached to each other. This will be its own assembly like this. And this just gets put on here once again with an area for wire management. So keep in mind, this is just temporary here. But it will look like this with a fan. What an absolute unit. Gorgeous, isn't it? So this is going to mount right here, these 4 holes right there. It'll mount directly to the KP3S rail here. And then I'll just have to adjust the Z height, and it should just be good to go. There is I have to change the steps for this gearing, but that's really easy to do with Clipper. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what this is all about. And actually, I mentioned earlier that there wasn't any warping, and I can actually see it right here. A tiny bit right there on that piece. You can see it's uneven, but that's not a big deal to me. But I did not notice that before. So tiny bit. I can live with that. Okay, I see what these are for now. So these two are here on the edge. Attach this guy. Right there and right there. That's how that attaches. This whole assembly attaches that way, and then down here. Here's another really clever piece. These two come off, and this lifts up. So you can do maintenance on your hot end if you need. I mean, they thought about everything, didn't they? All right, everybody, let me catch up with the chat here, and I think I'm going to call it. Got a lot done, actually, surprisingly. Very excited to test it, to get it done. I'm going to put my own connectors on there. I'm going to butcher the fan, cut the fan all up, put that in there. So very little left to do to actually get it on the printer, which is nice. Yeah, let me some sexy wire management. Yeah, it's true. It's gonna be nice and clean. Definitely better than that. Why can't I scroll in the chat? Back up to the floppy disks. I definitely remember floppy disks. And what were the bigger ones called? There was a really short period of time where there was these bigger. There weren't floppies. There were some other enclosed diskette. Uh, there were slightly more. I don't remember what the actual size was, but they were like double a floppy. What were they called? That was like in high school. Skynet, yeah, Skynet. There's a lot of AI stuff that's very scary. It's lovely and the colors are sweet. Well, thank you. I used the black and the orange because it matches the Kingroon. On the front here, you can't remove this in any way. I wish I could. If this wasn't there, I'll just make it all black. But it's going to be orange and black there. You did get a lot done. I did. Thanks for the stream, Bob. Thanks for joining in. The stream is just me yapping until you guys are here and enjoying it. So thank you guys. Zip drives. Zip drives. Yes. That was a really short period of time. I feel like that was like a year and they were gone. Yes. Another great stream. Thanks for joining in, Michael. I appreciate it. Hopefully, if you guys, I know that if you're into 3D printing and modifying 3D printers, I know that you guys see this type of stuff out there, right? And it seems pretty scary at first, but you guys saw just in the stream, I made some mistakes, still was able to get through it. Maybe it'll help somebody, push forward in doing it themselves. So, yeah, really cool thing here. And I'll be sure to share my experiences as I go. Yeah, RC cars. Ugh, I have so many. It's way too many. Big mistake. All right, everybody. I'm going to call it on this. Uh, Absolutely thank you, each and every one of you guys, for being in here, being on Discord. I know that's kind of the biggest, the most people that come to the live streams are the people in Discord. I appreciate you all. And thank you for sharing your prints and helping everybody out, each other. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Troy, yeah, good luck. That stuff's good though, so you'll enjoy it. All right, everybody. With that, I think I'm out of here. I'll see y'all in the comments. Thanks for watching.